A little sketchy back alley. Oh, there it is. This thing's gonna be cool. Alright, so what is up, everybody? We're back with another Moto John video this evening. And as you can see, we're out on the streets of Philly at night. A view I don't think you've seen from me yet. We are headed to a pretty electric destination this evening, and that is 100% pun intended. So like I said, we're out here doing a little night ride through Philly, hopefully get some good views. I actually have never recorded at night before, so I have no idea how any of this footage is going to turn out. I also have my visor up because I am too lazy to put on the clear visor, and I don't want to have the tinted one going at night. So I also have no idea how the audio is going to turn out. So I guess it's possible that this night video could turn out to be absolute trash. But we'll find out. But anyways, as always, if you're tuning in, make sure you hit the channel with a subscribe. Like this video, go back and check out any other videos that we posted. We got some good stuff back there. Also, make sure you check us out on Instagram at the Moto John. Always cruising around Philly, southeastern PA, trying to take cool pictures and stuff. So anyways, the reason that I'm out here this evening is because I'm headed down to South Philly to check out a pretty cool mural. And I'm pretty excited. I've been wanting to check it out, and the only time you can see it, or the only reason really to see it, is at night. And once we get there, you'll see why. So make sure you stick around to the end to where we get to this awesome mural and see why it's best if you go at night. So I figured if I'm out here cruising around at night down to South Philly to check out this mural, get some good looks at Philly in the dark, I figured it'd be a good time to talk a little bit about riding at night. And, you know, just some things that I've noticed, things that I'm aware of, some safety tips for riding around the city at night, some things to take into consideration, because if you think about it, I mean, riding at night, it is a pretty totally different experience. Some people like it, some people don't, some people indifferent about it. I mean, I don't care either way. I'll ride at day, ride at night. I usually ride during the day, not for any particular reason, just because that's, you know, when I'm free, ride around a day, do whatever. But some people specifically like to ride at night. You know, it's different point of view, it's different perspective. But a lot of people stay away from riding at night, say, you know, it's dangerous. And I mean, I agree, it's a lot different. It could be more dangerous. And that's some of the stuff that we are actually going to talk about as we're cruising around Philly tonight. So make sure you drop it down in the comments there. Let me know what your thoughts are, your perspectives are about nighttime riding. And I know it's a lot of different experience, whether it's nighttime in the country or nighttime in the city. That's a little bit about what we're going to talk about. So I'm going to dive right into some of these tips that I've kind of noticed along the way while riding at night. So like I always say, don't get me wrong, I am no motorcycle safety specialist. I am no super advanced rider. Just a dude riding around, so take these tips for what you will. Just some of my observations. So number one, the main thing to consider right off the bat when riding at night is visibility, obviously. As riders, I mean, we struggle with visibility even during the day. We're smaller, we don't have as much lighting, people can't see us as well. So when you think about that, visibility at night comes from two perspectives, and I'm going to explain both of those perspectives. So visibility is impacted by how drivers are going to see us and how we are going to see the road and our surroundings. And so I'm going to tackle the former first. So if you think about that, nighttime is going to make it more difficult for drivers to see us. I mean, that's just the fact of the matter. That's all there is to it. It's going to be harder for them to see us. So things that you want to do in the evening or nighttime to help other drivers be able to see you, you know, you're thinking about your reflective gear, your striping, you know, high vis type items. You know, if you have any extra things on your helmet. I know sometimes people throw like extra reflectors on their helmet. I've seen really cool gloves that had really awesome stripes on them that were super bright at night. I almost thought they were like lights or something on the gloves. But anyways, visibility and the way that you can work on that from your own perspective is obviously taking care of your visibility from high vis gear, you know, your reflectors on your bike, but also your lighting as well. A lot of times stock lighting is not that great. It doesn't come with LEDs. And as you saw in my last video, I said that one of my favorite modifications to my bike is my LED lighting. Once I swapped that stuff out, these lights got so much brighter. So the more that we can increase our visibility as a rider at night, the safer we're going to be. So the next part of that, like I mentioned, two parts to visibility. The next part of visibility is what we can see as we're riding. So our reaction time is going to change. It's going to be a lot different. It's darker. We're seeing things different. We're seeing things from a different perspective. LED lighting is going to help with that. It's going to brighten up the road ahead of us. It's going to make some of these hazards, anything in the road, a little bit easier to see. So visibility is really a huge factor, obviously, at night. Visibility is such a huge one. All of those things are really going to help. Like I said, your perspective at night is going to be just a little bit different. You're going to see things in the road differently. You might not see them at all when that LED lighting is really going to help. And so another one that I was thinking about is, this one was actually brought to my attention from Walton, PA. He dropped it down in the comments of one of my last videos, talking about sometimes, you know, if we're engine braking as a rider, the driver behind us might not know that. They might not realize that we're slowing down, and they might creep up on us real close, and that could create a real tricky situation. So to help with that, and when we're slowing down sometimes, I do this even during the day sometimes, once I start to get on those brakes, I'll kind of tap them and flutter them so they create that flashing sensation for the driver or the rider behind me, so they have more of a chance of seeing me if that's flashing. I think that really helps make a difference if you're flashing those brake lights back there instead of not having them on at all. You know, if you're engine braking, thinking about getting on the brake to help yourself slow down, give that little flash. It's going to be more visible than just your standard brake light. So flashing those brake lights is always a good one. And now, moving to the front of the bike, thinking about your headlight, another important one that you always hear about is don't outride the distance of your headlight. Your headlight's only shining so far ahead of you. If you're going too fast, you're not going to be catching up with what that headlight's catching. You're going to be flying right through there, and you're not going to be able to see some of these hazards that might be coming up in front of you. So that's a big one. That's a really important one. Do not outride your headlight. That's a big one they go over in the motorcycle safety course. I thought that was a really important takeaway. You know, some of the different things they teach you, that's really important when riding at night. So the next one that I've really noticed is at night, this one applies more specifically to the city, is you have to watch out for all of these reflective images or things that you're seeing, lights bouncing off cars and buildings and things of that nature. Those are really going to kind of mess with your vision a little bit. Because at night, everybody has their lights on. You've got shiny cars, shiny windows, shiny buildings, all this stuff. Sometimes that stuff can start bouncing around and mess up your vision a little bit. So you really want to be aware of different reflective lights and the way things are shining and bouncing off of cars and buildings and just reflective materials in general. Alright, so we're going to make a right on here to Reed Street. We have almost reached our destination. We're pretty close into South Philly now, pretty close to our destination. I'm telling you, this thing's going to be pretty cool. Hopefully it's up and what I expect it to be. If not, I'm going to be really disappointed. So continuing on with some of those night riding tips. Again, I mean, if you think about what I said earlier about don't outride your headlight, and in my opinion, everything with a motorcycle comes back to a safe speed. You don't want to be going so fast that you're overrunning your headlight, like I said. But I mean, even during the day, no matter what you're doing, whether it's day, whether it's night, if you're operating this thing at a safe speed, you're going to put yourself in a much better position for success to navigate any hazards, anything that comes flying out of nowhere. You're just going to be in a much more advantageous position to kind of navigate through those things. Another thing to consider when riding at night, and you might kind of forget about this, this one kind of depends on where you are, is changing conditions. If you think about that in PA, you're going to go through a lot of different changing conditions here. You could have a fall day starting off at 80 degrees. You get down into night, that thing drops down into like 50, 53. So if you know you're going to be out at night, just be prepared for that type of thing. You know, you want to have some extra jackets. You know, if you know you're not going to be out at night, then don't worry about it. But if you end up being out there, you're going to want something. Keeping yourself comfortable. You don't want to be freezing on this thing when you're heading home at night after you're out riding all day and you thought it was going to be in the heat. So to go with that one, go along with that one, it's also coming back to, you know, thinking about just being prepared. So, you know, you're riding at night, you might have a tinted visor. If you have a full face, you cannot have that thing on at night. I mean, you just literally won't be able to see. Make sure you have some clear goggles, clear glasses to throw in there with you. Like I said, I got my visor up right now, and that was just out of laziness. I didn't feel like changing out the tinted one. I knew I was going to be riding at night, but I've got my clear glasses on, so eyes are safe and we can see efficiently. I mean, another one is just watch out for crazy drivers. I mean, that's a constant. I mean, sometimes people get a little crazier at night. Also, you know, statistics show there's more drunk drivers at night, so you know, just be careful of any crazy people out there doing some wild stuff. Get out of any crazy situations. Get yourself to safety. Alright, so we're getting real close to this mural. Hopefully I don't miss the road. I missed the road where I was looking for it one time before. I also hope there's not a lot of people standing around it. I'm trying to get some cool pictures of this thing. There it is. Alright, so alright, we're approaching this thing. We're going to take a right on Percy Street. We're coming down this back alley here. A little sketchy back alley. Oh, there it is. This thing's going to be cool. Oh, we got a bunch of people over here. Maybe we get some people to take my picture or something. Alright, so we're back on the bike now. That was a look at the Percy Street project. So it's like a neon installation display down in South Philly, down in that alley. I've been wanting to get to that for a while, so now you know why we were out here at night talking about night safety tips. Hope you guys enjoyed that look at the Percy Street project. Pretty cool, kind of electric neon type mural. Got some cool pictures. Got some cool video. Now we're coming up through Italian Market, actually. So that was awesome. That was a really cool thing. Got some cool pictures with the bike in front of that. So like I said, I hope you all enjoyed that look at the Percy Street project mural. Hope you like talking about motorcycle safety tips at night. Let me know what some of your night riding tips are. What your night riding best practices are. Be curious to know what everybody else thinks about riding at night. Do you like it? Do you do it? Do you stay away from it? Do you prefer it? I know some people prefer it. Also, let me know what you thought about that mural. That thing was pretty cool. I'm definitely going to go back there again sometime, just kind of check it out. So we're going to head on back home this nice night in Philly. Head back up to my neighborhood, put the bike away. And that'll put a wrap on this night. So once again, if you like anything you saw here, traveling around, checking out murals, talking motorcycles, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like this video. Like I said, drop some comments down there. Let me know what you think about night riding. Let me know what you think about that mural. So as always, ride safe. We'll catch you on the next one. It's the Moto John. We'll see y'all on down the road. Peace.